You're now tuning into the sounds of the Potnas podcast.
Yeah, Young Tizzle is back. Oh, a freestyle concession?
I don't know, bro. You
freestyle little session? Let's go. Hey, it's the Potnas podcast in the season damn 4. I'm about to say it again because I said it before. We the hottest podcast about to steal the show. Now let me pass that mic to my boy Young D-No.
It's the boy D-No. Yeah, you know my damn name.
Oh.
I done came through because I got a lot of games. I play Monopoly or Uno. It's the boy D-No.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? I'ma keep it damn rocking. I don't really know. I got on some Bergen socks in. I'ma keep it going. I ain't never stopping. Man, wait a minute. I ain't messing with the cops.
Season damn 4. It's that boy Young Tizzle.
Stop.
Man, hold on. I got that whizzle.
Whoa, what that mean? I don't know.
Whistle.
It ain't even matter. Yeah, we finished the...
Still the show. Still the show. Still the show. Young corn pop. Oh.
Hey, this season we're gonna get Courtney on the freestyle.
We are gonna get
word is bond. We getting you on the freestyle this season, bro. That's what the people want.
This is probably y'all's worst one.
It don't matter. We can edit that shit out.
What the fuck? And all right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Potnas podcast. We're in 2022, season 4.
Yeah, bro.
All right. And let's get straight to it, shall we? All right, starting with Potnas stands for perspective on topics, news, and shit. If you've been sleeping under a rock or just now logging into the Potnas podcast, we appreciate you. We thank you.
Welcome.
Yes, we welcome you for the long haul. All right, starting from the right end of the table, we got Mr. Corn Pop Don't Stop, Courtney Coleman, ladies and gentlemen. And next to him is the flyest one in the room. We call him D-No the Great.
Yeah, I already know, but I was saying.
And then I am the most electrifying, the most magnificent.
We good, help me.
Go ahead.
Just give me an explosion. Young Tizzle, the live thrizzle, baby. All right, so
Hey, did that hurt, bro?
Just a little bit.
it
didn't feel right.
It didn't feel right to pull back.
Hey, do you say you're doing?
Fuck it. Let's go ahead and play my little. Play the fucking button.
Bro,
It's
too late.
It's too late.
It's too over.
Everything
It's too hard to get there.
It's too over. Oh, you moved the button this year. Okay. I got you. Ladies and gentlemen, by the time, if you, whenever you see these video clips, we are working our best to get some new content in front of you. You will see some new video content. And as you can see, we are in a new location. All right. Part of our little 2021 recap. Let's get straight to it, shall we? So 2021, we last left everybody back in September of the year. All right. So it's been almost 4 months. Let's go ahead and do a little recap. So, hey, everybody's COVID free. We are in the studio right now. Yes. Everybody's good. Well,
yes, we've been tested.
We're COVID free now, but not everybody made it.
Listen.
And I don't mean by like everybody.
Damn. Wow. Dang.
That's not funny, bro. Not everybody made it.
Rest in peace to those who lost it.
No.
I didn't mean it like that. I was really trying to throw shade at Courtney because he didn't caught the vid. I think everybody got it before, except for me. I think I'm the only person that did it and watched my ass get it.
Wait, you mean you've never had it ever?
I don't think I've ever had it.
No, he's never got tested.
I never.
You don't think?
No, I've got tested.
Like when JT said, you're like, nah, it's just allergies.
It's just allergies.
No, it is. I have some very severe allergies.
You can easily
actually have
Look,
allergies though.
And I thought that
you perpetually have it.
I got real scared, and then the next day,
that's a fact. That's a fact.
I don't know. I was coughing and sneezing. It was just crazy, right?
Like Omicron.
And I was like, all right, well, shit. If it lasts into the next day, then I'm gonna go get tested. Next day, I woke up and I was fine. So I was like, oh, okay, cool.
I don't know.
What?
I think it hits everybody different, though.
That's true.
I think everybody has a different body, but we're not going to spend any more time talking about COVID. Not in this episode, at least. But yeah, so recap.
What's been going on
since September? Let's give people an update. You want to start with? You want to start, Courtney?
September. What?
What's been going on, bro?
What's
Been a lot going on.
September. So September.
You left us with the duplex, right? What's the word on that?
Oh yeah.
You got it on the market now?
Yeah. So I got.
You don't want to advertise it, bro?
No, I mean,
why are you keeping it on the low? Oh, you one of them I work in silence niggas.
let me talk.
You taking too long.
Can I speak? Let me speak.
Come on. You said you were going to work on yourself this year.
Oh God, here we go.
Come on.
Oh,
All right, so my since September, I got a new job.
Damn,
So
that's right.
I'm working in real estate full time, which is actually dope. I love it. Honestly, I just been really like chilling. Like I think my vibe from September has been very like do less when it comes to like being social. Just chill out,
Yeah.
get sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, but real estate's been going well. I don't really want to talk about that. That's kind of I keep that to
What is
myself.
mundane? Or you?
No,
Are
it's
you
just, not, it's
struggling?
just not interesting. I don't know.
It's not interesting. You don't like talking about yourself?
Bullshit.
I don't honestly. I don't.
Courtney's got a house on the way. All right. And was I not supposed to make that announcement?
It isn't. I don't care.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna make.
Oh, I ruined your Instagram post. I'm sorry.
It wasn't. 1,000% was not going to be an Instagram post.
Oh, okay, excellent. Then cool.
So yeah, I move in on Tuesday.
Hey,
So
yeah, that's right.
This Tuesday?
Yeah.
So
Me-
cool.
me and Courtney moving
Oh
on
yeah,
Tuesday.
shit. Oh my gosh, we are already like at the halfway point of January.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
Tuesday.
Y'all just burst my bubble. Pause.
So yeah, new house on Tuesday. We me and Kendra getting the house on Tuesday.
That's what's up. Shouts to y'all. Congratulations.
Still together in this bitch, huh?
Yeah, of course. That's what's up.
Okay. Hey, them hoes was like, damn it, he's still with her. All right,
I'm not co-signing it.
D-No,
I don't agree with that at all.
what's the latest?
What's the sitch? Let's see. What have I been up
Kendra,
to?
we love you, by the way.
Oh, of course. Yeah, JT always get us in trouble, bro. What's that? What's my Bell Station? Y'all remember that?
Oh God.
What's that? What?
Bell Station.
Bell Station. What's
Yeah,
that?
when Kendra in the brigades.
They just said, "What's that?"
Yeah.
Huh?
You don't remember?
I'm so confused.
No, it's okay.
Oh, you don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So
We're past
what's
that.
been up with me is
Okay.
We're better.
oh man, a lot actually. Shoot. So notice I'm not going back there. September is in fact when I quit my 9-to-5 and started a business.
Yeah.
And so
Yay! Where's the kids button?
hey, give me the kids.
Yeah,
Where the kids
yeah.
at?
It's past.
Hey, I love the kids. So, it's been a lot, bro, but it's been very fulfilling, I will say. So that's on the rise. More on that later, though, because I got some things I want to share about that. And probably most importantly is I got another one on the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, but here's the kicker, though. Y'all ready? Pun intended. I find out what he or she is from a gender perspective, people, biologically. End of this month, 31st. So it's like right on the corner.
When he just swallowed just now, we heard every single drop. We heard the fluid going down,
That was ASMR.
the esophagus and everything.
That was a little ASMR from my ASMR fans. You feel me?
Hopefully the microphone didn't pick that up and our listeners didn't hear all of that nastiness.
No, that was nasty, baby.
All right, so you find out the gender when?
End of this month.
The end of this month, huh?
Yeah, 31st.
Dig. All right, so episode 2 or 3, right?
Somewhere
All
around
right,
there.
cool,
Yeah.
cool.
I'll be reporting live.
Sweet. That all you got?
Damn, niggas.
Is that all you've been doing?
That's it, nigga.
No, I'm not trying to shoot shots. I just want to know
Yes.
if that was all you had to report.
In short, yeah, we're gonna get more into this career.
Are you going to let me and Courtney know the gender before?
Good question.
Because you got, oh, okay. Yeah, check home.
No, certainly. I mean, we'll let you know
Checking
before we
it
tell
out.
social media.
Oh,
You know.
shit. My wife is still up. Man, what's up, baby?
It's like,
Hey.
what up, girl? Hey, Keiko.
Yeah.
Keiko got her up. That's what's going on.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so, goddamn.
Now,
You
your turn, your
real.
updates.
Okay,
Hey,
well,
what's
sneak peek. Peek underneath the tent. D-No basically just revealed that, we found out the gender of our baby. And we are going to be welcoming Keiko Marie Thomas into the world March 16th. All right? Yes. Big girl energy. Big girl dad energy, for sure.
Hey, what's happening? Welcome
Super
to the
excited.
club, bro.
First child. And yeah, man, it's huh?
That's what Courtney was laughing at when you said big.
Oh, big girl. Big girl. I was getting this. I did say big girl and big.
Shouts out to big girls and their dads. You talking about?
Yo,
Big girls need love too, Craig. How'd that go?
I don't remember.
keep going. So you
Shout out to the big girls.
No, the girl dads. I think is where you're going with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big girl dad energy. Shout out to all the
bro, I don't
all the
think
girl
this
dads.
is- Let's keep
Up there.
the big keep
Away
going.
from the girl dad
Yeah.
energy. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
y'all
too
thinking
close to
about
the song.
big, like big as in large women.
No,
I was talking about
bro,
like
just-
shout out to the big girls, like okay.
Yes, just keep
All
going.
right. Yes. So.
I'm a big girl now. Like yes, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
Or big kid now, right?
Big kid.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, I'm
a
fucking
big
it up.
girl
today.
now. But I'm bing, doo, doo, doo. So, Tiz, a
Yes.
quick question for you.
What up?
Quick interjection. How do you feel about that? Because you're a little closer than I am. A lot closer than I am.
To the birth, right?
Yeah. Let's get more real, kid.
I look, I haven't had an opportunity to. So my job, my day-to-day job, right? Still working for the man.
Hey.
And man, my job revolves around COVID, and with the recent surge and spike of the Omicron variant, it's just been. I've worked every single fucking day since mid-October. Since we got back from Puerto Rico,
Yeah.
I've worked every day, every weekend, every fucking holiday. I'm tired.
Nah,
But I
know it.
already gave them a
Especially
warning
right now.
Yeah.
You ain't taking no PTO?
Huh?
got a little PTSD?
I can't take any PTO because the organization that I belonged to prior, because we had a reorg, and the organization I was with prior, they all quit. They either quit or they got pulled to
that
other
shouldn't be your problem.
departments. Huh?
Well, man,
it shouldn't be, right? But
Life.
you know, I couldn't leave the company at the time because I was still getting the house built. So we moved into the house in November, and
Hey.
is what you see right now. This is the podcast room. And long story short, man, COVID's been kind of fucking up the experience a little bit for me. I haven't had time to really digest and really embrace like, oh man, I'm about to have a baby girl. There's moments like when I'm, taking breaks from the computer and shit. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Well, remote. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, man, I'm basking in it. And then whenever I see Sam come home and her stomach just looks, it just a half inch bigger. I'm like, oh my
You gotta
gosh.
give yourself
I
those
just
moments.
want her here now. I want to see the noodle neck baby. I want to kiss her on the cheeks. I want to test her, time her crawl, like do a time trial of a crawl.
Oh,
okay,
Lord.
Keiko,
Oh, God.
can you make it from
So
the
we make
front
sure we got
door
good
to the back
insurance.
door in 20 seconds? Let's go. This is I'm experimenting.
He's gonna have great insurance though, so we got to worry about. Should be all right. Should be okay.
Yeah. Lots of fun, huh?
I was gonna say it's gonna be it sounds good, but you also got to think about that baby finna be crying 12 hours.
Burst his bubble, bro.
That's the part I'm not trying to think about is the sleep and being sleep deprived and whatnot. But I told my job, I'm like, hey, I'm taking the primary caregiver time off, so that means 4 months paid.
That's some new. That's some
Right,
wrong.
right,
First of all,
exactly. I work for a great company, so
Let's get at that
yeah.
because when June was born, I said, "Hey, I want to take some paternity leave." They all looked at me in my face and laughed.
Yeah, and Jen is in education, right?
Yeah, she is.
Yep. So education is doing our wives dirty for sure.
What happened?
They just don't pay them for paternity leave.
They don't
at
pay?
all. Right.
Well, they don't give them much time off either.
Yeah.
God, that's crazy.
They screw them. They fuck them over in time and money. And
Some of them is it not paid for
No,
everybody?
you gotta pay. You have
I was listening to something. I got a question for y'all. I was listening to something,
I think so.
and they had said that
it sucks though.
they don't consider teachers and everybody in the education department as or sector as the frontline workers.
I've heard that before too.
Yeah, I think that's kind of fucked up. That's a slap to the face. They're literally raising the next generation. I feel that they could be considered essential workers,
It's a
right?
good debate.
And so, but
I mean, like, okay, what happens? You can't. At one point, school was like canceled and postponed and shit.
Well, because at the time,
but it was still virtual. Like somebody
Right.
had to be.
Well, that's a fact.
You know,
But then, like, but frontliners are people who are coming in contact with other people. They were virtual too at that point in time.
no,
Teachers,
no front. I mean,
you see what I'm saying?
There
Like,
was
frontliners
nurses-
are people who are interacting with people with COVID. They're like on the front lines fighting the battle.
let's Google it real quick.
I'm pretty sure that the teachers, because Sam, she still had to go into the office. Go into
at
the
one
office,
point,
but
you're right.
go
Yeah, they
into the
did.
school
Yeah.
and build the curriculum and whatnot. They didn't build the curriculum from home.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, I just think overall though,
Yeah.
like that's a bigger conversation, about how we treat our educators. You see what I'm saying?
You got to put up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. I mean,
Teachers, we love you. Shout out to all the educators out there.
Hey,
Keep raising the next generation. And one of these days, you all will get the flowers and the support that you all deserve.
Teachers roll their eyes.
yeah, they like nigga, whatever.
Yeah, nigga, whatever. We put Biden in, and that bitch still ain't promising.
We give you.
What's his wife's name?
Biden?
Biden's wife is an educator too,
Yeah,
and she promised all this stuff for the educators.
Yeah, that's true. I think
She
it's like
promised that?
Huh? Yeah,
it's like Judy or Jill or something. Like
Judy, Jill, Julia.
I think it's Jill or Jade. I don't know.
Jill Biden.
Jill Biden. That sounds better.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's time for you to step up, Jill.
She ain't got no power.
She the first lady.
Melania did.
She kid.
Or was it Malaya? I don't know these people. But,
She better suck on dick to get that shit. Or Monica Lewinsky gonna be back up in that thing. Part 2, huh?
No.
Okay.
I think it's his daughter's
All
name.
right. Any other updates from me? Yep. The house finally moved in this bitch, and it is beautiful.
Yeah.
Pretty good for our first home and our first investment property, because now I've made goals, but I'm gonna get to that part towards the end of the pod, the end of this episode, because I know we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about all of our aspirations and goals for this year. But yeah, so house, baby, still employed, and everything's going good. So
Is it?
And I think I'm in probably the best shape of my life.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you'd be working at 4 a.m. and going working out and shit. Too.
5 a.m.
Text
5
us
a.m.
like 5:30.
Bro,
5 a.m.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. My phone is under my pillow every night for that reason.
Y'all, yeah. Coming into the year, I was really. Y'all have been some of the most irresponsible niggas I have ever
crazy
worked with.
This is the
but
problem.
y'all have gotten so much better.
If you text at 5:30, I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna put it down. And I'm gonna wake up that morning, and I'm gonna go through my morning. I'm not gonna remember to go back.
That really
That's
bothers
terrible.
me. Actually,
I'm not
I got
gonna look at it
to
if
hold
I
on.
don't know.
I have
I'm
a question for you.
I'm gonna forget.
I'm not gonna see it until I get up.
Right? No.
I'm gonna feel that.
So you're gonna forget. So you see it.
I'm not gonna even look
so
at
so you
that.
forget, meaning that it's not important to you.
No, it's you hit me at 5:30. Which
So
I'm
if your
asleep.
boss hits you at 5:30, you would respond to this a bitch ass.
my
wouldn't you?
boss would never hit
My
me at
boss would never
5:30.
do that.
Why wouldn't he?
I don't have a boss.
If it's
Why
an
wouldn't
emergency. Oh, you never been in a position where
First of all, my
it's,
boss is a woman.
Yeah, so she shouldn't be doing all that. That's too much. You can call
that
HR.
bitch will still hit you.
She gotta be all that. But listen, literally, that's an HR suit. If you ever want to know about it, I'll tell you. But bro, I'm gonna be honest. No one's getting that attention from me before I'm awake, because I'm awake. I'm sleeping.
What? Because
So,
you're a night owl. When do
it's just-
night owls go to sleep?
Good question.
When do you go to sleep? When is your fucking head
No, I'm a
and Black
night
Tito
owl.
head
I'm a night
touch the
owl.
pillow?
I'm a night owl becoming an early bird, bro. It's a whole transition. I just want the ability to do both.
Good for you. Good for you. Is that one of your 2022?
But I do it. Like I'm up
aspirations?
every morning 6:30, but then I lay the back down sometimes. I wake up at 9:30.
I got a question for y'all. Since we're on the topic of text messages, so we got a baby shower coming up, and like literally tomorrow.
That's such a new thing to hear a nigga say, we got baby shower.
Yeah.
Because when I was coming up, that was like for the ladies.
Yeah.
It's so it's different. It's different times.
Big new energy this new year.
Big, bro.
Were we supposed to be living? Because I'm a big person, man. I'm a big personality.
We keep it. I'm pushing P.
Cue my explosion.
You got it.
I'm big. House real big.
Don't feel right.
Belly real big. Everything real off. Muscle real big.
Something right.
Big energy.
Pushing P. That's all I know.
Pushing P.
No, for real.
Okay, so question. When you say you're hosting an event or you're having a birthday party and you send out invites and you're like, hey, having a shindig and you would like for you to come, trying to do a head count so I can know how much money to spend or whatever, get food and stuff, whatever. Please let me know in 2 weeks.
This really happened?
Then 2 weeks come. No, several times. I throw all kinds of events.
This sounds like something that's
To
happened.
our listeners, JT, the Live Thrizzle, I got that name for a reason. The life of the party. I've thrown several different functions.
Who gave you that name?
So, that's not about me. I'm literally asking a genuine question.
Yeah.
Y'all are so disrespectful.
The people named him that. The people being himself.
So, do you get upset when you send a text to somebody inviting them to your function, and then you tell them to let you know by a certain date, like if they can make it or not, and then you send a reminder on the deadline date, and they still don't reply back. So at that point, you're like, okay, well, maybe this person just can't come.
You talking about me?
Huh? No. I'm not talking about either one of y'all.
Before.
No, but because y'all at least have the decency to like respond. But I'm talking about the people that don't respond at all. Like, what's your like? That's the first question.
How do I feel about that?
How do you feel about the niggas that don't respond to you at all? Like the first time or the second time,
and don't show up.
I was gonna say.
I didn't get there yet.
What's the end to the story here?
I didn't get there yet. Yeah. Just answer the first part. How do you feel about them not responding
to me?
Yeah. Do you feel like that's irresponsible of them?
I don't care.
I was gonna say, don't
care?
Really give a damn.
I don't. Only because.
All right. So what if it was me that didn't respond to y'all?
What's the ending of the story? Like,
I wouldn't expect you to respond.
Huh?
I wouldn't care if you. I would expect you to just be there.
You just expect me to be there if I never responded.
Yeah.
Just because you know the type of person I am.
If y'all send me a thing for.
So what if I didn't show up?
Then I'm sure there's a reason why you didn't show up. Like,
and I'm probably worried about you at this point. Yeah. You ain't responding to me, ain't heard from you, and you ain't show up?
Yeah. I'm more so worried about some shit happen.
Yeah.
What if I was just like, oh, my bad, bro. I just forgot.
I'm gonna think, damn.
That's not, you wouldn't.
That don't even sound like. It's like, it's like that's not even you.
Okay.
You know
all right.
Like,
so you have certain expectations for certain people.
Like,
yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. I mean, to me, like, that's just a reflection of like of just your communication skills. I'm like, dang, man, like you don't even have the decency to like, especially if I invite you to like an intimate event. You know, like a baby shower or like
at least, like,
a wedding.
I agree. Yeah,
an engagement or whatever, something of that nature. And they just these bitches don't let you know.
I'll be honest with you. I've been that though before. That's why I say you talking about me because I mean I'm a lot better now. Yeah, my communication steed is on another level out of necessity. But I've been the guy to you talking about earlier, like put the phone down and be like, oh shit. 2 days later, I didn't text back so and so. I'll be watching them on TV or hear something conversation like, oh. Wedding. Oh damn! My buddy asked my address to send me the wedding invitation.
Well, at least you remember. But maybe what if you get reminded? What if you get reminded and you I just want to know to all the people that don't respond when people are like, "Hey, just need a status update," and you still don't respond.
You know who you are.
Like why? Like what's your deal? Like, are you trying to send a message?
That's the same thing as like how we have group messages and you put like.
No, it's not the same thing.
No. Listen, hear me out. Like so, yeah, you put. People who you normally talk to, the same group of people in a group message, and all of a sudden somebody like is timid enough to like they don't respond in that group message. Does that make sense? Like if it's me, you, D, and two other people, and then you like bring up something, and
I need a response out of people.
Or just one of us just like just doesn't respond in group messages.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm talking about if I require a response and you don't answer intentfully.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just like what are you doing? You want this relationship to end? Okay, cool.
You take it way too far. Right?
Yeah, absolutely, because that's disrespectful.
I mean, that's like I got you. It's a baby shower. You want to know who's
not even just a baby shower. Like let's say that we're trying to come to a vote
right now.
We're trying to come to a vote and decide like when we're going. Like say if we're going on tour, all right, and then
what's happening?
And it's like, hey, we're trying to put together like money for a hotel for the first night. And I'm like, all right, gentlemen, what do y'all want to do? And then you just don't respond. Well, and I'm like, bro, we need a response from you.
You know what I've done, or people have done.
I've been
like,
that bad.
So at work, it actually happened at work one time. They did that. They was like, hey, we're having this like company, whatever. And and I'm new, so I hesitated to respond, but I actually eventually did. They said, hey, we need a head count, blah, blah, blah. We were getting food, drinks, everything.
Yeah.
The day before, everyone in the office is hyping it up, and then they sent an email out saying, basically the people who didn't say anything, they sent an email saying, because you haven't responded, we won't expect your attendance. We haven't accounted for food. We haven't accounted for basically saying like.
Yeah, you're shit out of luck. You're not gonna get anything. Right. But then at that point, so how do those people react?
Like hit people. Oh no! I like they meant to respond. Like I meant to respond, but I didn't get a chance.
So whatever. That's a good point. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's like the people that didn't respond at all. Like not even because if you can't make it, then why not just say that? But you just brought up a good point. Maybe they're like, what's in it for me?
I think
maybe they're not about being a part of the village. I'm sorry I cut you off. Go ahead.
No. Honestly, it's just I guess a challenge to that thought. I think you might be reading a little bit too much into it. I think, and this is
I hear that often.
a great segue, because I know, again, from a communication perspective, I used to be bad, right? But right now, like, I'm much better now. I think people just are in different places, and I don't know who these people are. But like, I know, shoot, hell, even like just also
You're getting better with your communication skills.
communication,
for sure.
time management, you know what I'm saying, accountability, all that stuff. Like, you have to consciously work at those things, or you will be the same bum ass nigga forever.
Can you let our listeners know how shitty and bad you used to be at communication, and at what point did it stick out for you? Like, I need to be better at this.
Yeah, honestly, I would say it was around the time. No, nigga, the fuck? I don't remember how bad. No, I will say it wasn't even that, like, I didn't care. I just didn't think to do those things. You have to train yourself to do those things. And I think, like, we're talking about, so first of all, we haven't introduced the topic, so people probably wouldn't.
We're going to get there, but finish your thought.
I mean, that's the thought, though. I'm
okay.
going then and now.
All right, go ahead and transition.
Yeah, so I think one thing that we've been seeing a lot of right now is everyone's doing 10-year challenges, you know, and
Yes.
I love the idea. It's a new year. We're talking about, you know, what we're going to talk about, what we want to do, what we accomplished, some of the things we've already accomplished. And I think a great way to kick this off is just talking about, like, us 10 years ago versus us now. Like, there's a ton of lessons in between there that I think is really super dope. And plus, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of you niggas was ugly 10 years ago.
Yeah, we'll get there. But I have a question, though. Where did the 10-year challenge, like, was this, like, is this like a national holiday? Like, where did it come from? Or did the trend start? Because I could have sworn I've seen it before.
Social media.
Social media. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know who started it. It just.
So this is the first time that it's ever happened? Because I could have sworn that it was like a 10-year challenge a couple of years ago.
I'm sure I've seen it before too, but it's just popular right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah.
Somebody probably did it and people ran with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, today's topic is 10-year challenge. And we're going to put a unique twist to it. So we got a couple of different or categories that we're going to touch on. And we're going to talk about how we used to be in this particular category back 10 years ago. So what, 2012? Oh, that was a good year.
Roughly.
Yeah. So 2012, we'll talk each category that we get to, we'll talk about how we were in that particular time in our lives, and then how we feel about it right now. So I want to get to it.
Yeah.
First category, money. How we all with money back in 2012?
We was in college, so I mean, money. I was broke. 2012, we was 20. What was 2012?
You weren't broke, were you?
Relatively broke. Like, if I had the money,
What you consider broke?
Yeah, my broke.
What do you consider broke?
If my 4 tires went bad,
You couldn't afford to replace them.
I don't know what was gonna happen. Like, it was either like food or tires.
I remember
God
when
looked out.
Yeah, no emergency savings.
Yeah, you remember that time? Do you remember everything that happened that night?
That was 2013, and thank God.
That's
So
the same time period.
2012
That's the same
was
thing.
2012 was broke.
Talk about irresponsibility.
2013, I had a rough night on 6th Street, a very rough night, and this is how drunk I was.
6th Street where? Give the people some context.
I don't know. 6th Street, Austin.
6th Street, Austin, Texas.
It's how drunk
There's
I
only one
was.
6th Street, bro.
I went to take somebody. I think I don't know who was with me.
Yeah.
Take somebody home, and then instead of going to my crib, I drove back downtown, and then I drove back downtown and I parked. It's on like a side street on 6th, and I fell asleep. And then I woke up, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, it's time for me to go home." Like, let me just go to the crib. Mind you, obviously, a couple red flags. I was driving. Yes, I had been. Whatever. Who cares? But my point is, I go to start my car up, and I go to back up, and I hear like my tire is like gone. My back tire. So, and mind you, I'm so out of it at this point. I think
he ran over a body.
So what happened is I ran over the curb to park, and so I called JT. I was like, "Bro, please, like, I don't even know how I sounded." I was like, "Bro, please, just." And it was like what, 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
At least you were
this is
parked.
early.
Yeah, so
he
I
was
parked.
just getting up to go running.
How the police did not find your drunk ass.
And when they came, when JT came, I literally just went to sleep.
Kendra called. Yeah, I think it was you.
No,
could call
I
me.
called Kendra.
You called Kendra. Kendra called me.
Yeah,
and she was like, "I don't know how to change the tire."
Yeah,
Right. And so
you know what it was? I had a lock on my tire, so you know, I had the
Yes.
special little things for it.
yeah.
It was in my back seat, but I was drunk, so I couldn't.
You didn't
see-
know what your weight was
all I had to
going
do was tell them, "Yo, in the back seat."
and
it's a
we
lot.
were searching everywhere in this fucking
Yeah, it's in
car
the backseat.
for it.
Oh no,
But-
y'all found it though, obviously.
Yeah, and got it. No, I think I ended up
No,
still.
you didn't.
Huh?
You nobody found it. Bro, 8 a.m. I drove
Yeah,
the
we
car
called.
with the flat tire to Discount Tire, and I bought. The reason why that's the whole story. The story was 2012 I was broke. 2013 I had a good job, so I drove to Discount Tire and just like, yo, just put 4 new tires, 4 new rims on here.
Yokohama.
And he was like, well, we got this. Listen, I was like, bro, don't sell me on it. Like, put
Right.
4 new tires.
Yeah, you doing all
4
right
new
if you can do
rims.
that.
Yeah,
That's some going up in the don't ask the price.
yeah. And I went straight to work
So
in my 6th Street clothes that I had on.
smell like
Yep.
4 horsemen.
Courtney has had some of the worst luck with tires.
Okay, hold on. I got a question though about that.
Great time.
So that was highly irresponsible. Would you do that again today? Or a question: you go out on weeknights. Would you go out on a weeknight?
Would I go out on a weeknight?
Would you go on? That's the first question.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay. Have you gotten?
What's
would
out?
you get that sloppy?
What's going out
To
to
go back
you
to work.
in this time?
I mean, I'm obviously older. I'll be more responsible. I got a job now. I got responsibilities.
job
but
Catching Ubers, not driving drunk no more.
I'm a for sure Uber, but I'm gonna still go out. I'm gonna still have fun. I'm gonna still drink.
Listeners, if you are 26 and below, if you're any age and you're still drinking and driving, you're a fucking idiot. Stop doing it.
Oh yeah,
Uber.
Public service announcement.
Yeah,
Uber.
Uber.
That's the cool thing to do now. Uber that bitch.
It's not even cool. It's like the
responsible.
yeah. Like,
We've
it's not
had
even
friends literally die from car accidents,
Mm-hmm.
making stupid decisions. Stop drinking and driving. Call an Uber. It's super convenient, and you will thank yourself later.
JT trying to get
for doing that.
sponsored.
Hell yes.
Part of this podcast.
Uber.
Right.
Uber.
But yeah, no.
Uber, Lyft, all that shit.
Money today is
Flowing.
You're not gonna talk about that tire, the other tire incident. How you were just driving and
Oh, my
on the side of the fucking highway, and your tire,
This around the same time you was
Nah,
having
I don't even wanna
some
go into my
problems.
story.
huh?
his tire
happened?
left
What's going
him,
on with you, bro?
and it was riding
I've
along
heard
the
this one.
street
I've heard this.
with him,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Whose tire is that?" Next thing you
it
know,
wasn't-
bonk.
I know. Nah, I knew
His
it was
car
my
tilts
tire.
over.
Was this the same year?
Nah, that was like 2016. 2017.
Oh, that's too far ahead. You should have learned by then. So
Y'all seen those videos of those tires just rolling down the highway and tearing up other
I
people's
took my car to a mechanic
Crazy.
in San Antonio, and because he was cheaper.
nah, shout him out.
I don't know who he is. I should sue him.
That's what I'm saying.
But I got my car back, and I was driving, and turns out he didn't
That's
tighten
silly.
my
That's
tighten my lug
terrible.
nuts or
That's-
whatever. So my whole tire literally
worst.
fell off my car.
Now that's irresponsible.
Literally fell off of my car.
You should have took it back and you did,
No,
right?
it fell off of my. Like I can't take it.
Burning and shit.
Damn.
I can't take my car back. I have 3 tires in my car. Like, there's no.
No, but like you should have took your car back and explained to the manager of the building so that guy could have got freaking fired. You can't
Bro,
make
I
a
have
mistake like
3
that.
tires on my. I couldn't. There's no way for me to get back to the place.
No, but when you
is
got your
going
car
nowhere.
situated, you should have went back because that
Bro.
dude clearly is fucking up protocol.
By the time
It
he got
wasn't.
there, they gonna be
It was
closed.
his place. It was like one of them places. Like it was side of the
Oh,
road.
so you took it to the side of
Yeah, it was his spot. Like his name was on the building. Type. So like,
I like to talk to the manager.
Raphael shit.
Hello, what's going on?
so yeah. I mean, good times.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
I was-
So you're better with money now, huh?
That sound really good though.
yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm not in college. I got a good job. But I think of
Give me a
money.
lesson out of that.
I think of money today as like, we just. I think money now is more so like I try to make my money work for
Facts,
itself.
big facts.
So that's one big difference between now. Obviously, like I said, the mindset's different. Like in college, you don't. College it was like get money, have fun. Get money,
Assets
have fun.
versus
Get money, have fun.
liabilities. Yeah.
Figure everything out. If something goes wrong, you figure it out.
Yeah.
Now you got like bills and stuff. So I mean, obviously, you want to make sure you're good, but you also don't want to work forever. So I mean, that's a big thing. I don't want to.
A lot of people still figuring it out too, though.
D, how were you with money?
I would say back then.
You sold Mississippi.
What?
Back then
Back then it didn't want me. Now I'm hot there all alone. No, it was just the simple fact that I too was fresh out of school. Actually, no, I was actually still in school. Little known fact.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, no, I was. I walked.
Same.
2011. I finished 2014.
You one of those.
I finished 2019.
Or let's see, 11, 12, 13, no, 2013. I just finished last week.
Hey, 2019.
You said you finished last week? Nigga, come on.
Hey, I just got my degree yesterday. No, I was playing. No, but seriously, it was like 2 years later. I thought y'all knew that. But that was actually good because a lot of niggas didn't go back at all. So I'm very proud of myself. But y'all know there's a lot of shit going on at that time.
That's their fault for letting us walk.
I mean,
right. That's false. That's false.
I crossed the finish line, nigga. The race is over. I don't give a fuck about this piece of paper. No, that sounds really bad.
All that did was correlate into social media because now people out here faking all kinds of shit. Like,
I never put alumnus or nothing on my.
Nah,
I was like,
neither.
let me just.
I didn't put nobody.
that's because you got pride. You're like, no, I can't do that. Or whatever. No, there's people out here like, fuck it. I went there all 4 years.
Well, I learned technically.
I'm an alumna.
No, you
alumni.
You didn't have to graduate from a school to be an alumnus.
Really?
I learned that. Yeah. So they are alumni.
Isn't the definition though?
You went to a school.
So you can go to a school for like 6 days and then be like, I'm an alumnus of Temple.
Google it.
I'm
you can be an alumni.
No, from that.
I believe so.
Oh, and hook us up with the breakdown. It like alumni, alumna, alumnus.
Alumni is plural. Alumnus.
Singular for males.
I thought alumnus was plural.
Work my hanging pause. So yeah, he got it. But I mean, so yes, I didn't have my degree, so I too was in school, I suppose. Yeah. But here's the thing about it. Kids stay in school or don't. Shit, fuck school. Go, go to Hack Academy.
What's this got to do with money, bro?
You finna hear. I've told this story before, miserable times in my life. I didn't have my degree yet, and so I saw a job for marketing, knowing where I was going. For those who don't know, I was hustling, so I was like graphic design, and so I was really trying to get to the field of marketing. And I saw an ad. I can't tell you where, if it was Monster or Glass. I can't tell you where I saw it, but for a direct marketing position. I was like, oh shit, direct marketing. That sounds like, that's what I'm gonna do. The description, whoever wrote that, you deserve, a Pulitzer, because that shit sounded amazing. It was door-to-door sales. It was horrible. We were in the summer heat. I got the job in the summer of, I don't even know what year, 2012, I guess. And I was outside in a full suit with the 89-degree heat beaming down on my back. From this? Nah, I don't.
Anybody have,
thank the Lord Almighty, because it was really bad.
Yeah, God bless you for that, because I was going.
This wasn't like, I wasn't just on like, hey, at work in the sun. But no, it was miserable. But moving past that though, like when I got my first, that's also like that following year, or maybe it was that same year, I got my first like salaried position.
What were you selling?
Oh my goodness.
Pete.
Pushing P.
Oh, pushing P.
Hey, pushing P.
I was pushing P. I really was pushing P, bro. I was out there.
How did it feel getting?
I want to answer
they would treat you like a Jehovah Witness, like
nah,
get out of here, nigga.
But no, you want to know though? That's a good point. And I look like a Jehovah Witness outside. I ain't gonna even front you.
What was your uniform?
It wasn't a uniform. Like you just had to wear like
because you used to wear them big,
casual. This was business casual,
tall tees.
No, that was 2007, bro. You wait.
So it was business casual. Okay,
it's business casual, but think of you walking all day, so you can't have no like fly hard bottom wingtips on or Oxfords or something. So you got some bullshit ass shoes on. But I had like, I used to actually dress pretty okay. But no, to answer your question, what was I selling?
Coupons.
I don't even want to glorify it. Yeah, it was
coupon books.
I was selling coupons.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. It wasn't, but when you boil it down, the benefit of it was like a Groupon kind of. Door-to-door Groupon.
Oh, okay.
Like we were signing people up to be like...
Hey, Groupon was big back then. They had a high little run.
So Groupon was genius. They took this exact same bullshit ass door-to-door sales shit and put it online.
What happened?
What do you mean?
The Groupon. Like, I feel like that was...
I think it's still thriving.
Yeah, people still... Hey, I think we...
You don't see commercials every... as frequent as...
Groupon, Living Social. Yeah. I used to live off of that. Some of my best dates back in around that same time period. Oh, we stay on Living Social dates. We used to go bartending classes and all kind of shit.
Did I hurt your pride? like doing the door to door sales?
That's a good question because it wasn't pride. It just like at that time, Jen had moved down from Houston. I moved down from Austin to Houston with me, and we had our own place, our own apartment. And I was just like, I was paying. We split rent, but it was just like, damn, I'm like barely making mine, like scraping by and shit, low key, like nervous and want to make my rent. So yeah, it was terrible. Like you the man, and you sit here like wondering, damn, I still need $120 before I can have my portion, and then I got to go get gas. So it sucked. But on the flip side of that, what did I learn from it? I mean, during that time, that same year, I got my salary position. I literally cried, bro. So like that was, and then it's been up from there. Literally, the job that I quit, that I started my business, that's the job that I got.
Dig. Got a question for the panel. Do you feel awkward when you ask a friend for, since we're on the money subject, do you feel awkward when you ask a friend for money that they owe you? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Do you feel awkward if you ask a
friend for money that they owe you? Like, is it like, hey, can you spot me for like this $20? You know, for us to get into the spot, whatever. Yeah, I got you. And then you pay the money, and then like next day, no,
they don't take
no text. Yeah, right. And then we go out again, and and we all getting drinks and stuff, whatever. And no.
If it's a habit, I mean that's a whole nother topic.
What if they ask you for money for rent or help on a phone bill or something?
Well, see, here's the thing. Good question.
You had that happen?
That kind of goes back to money though. Then versus now. So then I probably would have been a little more pressed. 10-year challenge, 2012. I was hurting, selling coupons. Give me my money, bro. But now I don't give anything that I can't afford to lose. That's my same like mentality with investment. So if I spot you $50, I'm good. If
you basically could consider that gone.
I consider it gone every time money leaves my hand.
I have that same mindset.
Every time money leaves my hand, it's gone.
So I have that same mindset. Not that part. I'm talking about I only have that mindset of the money that I give away to family is considered gone. And I'm talking about my immediate family. I'm real selfish with finances. Very, very, very selfish.
Money too, though.
Yeah. Like you have to provide a whole description and explanation to me. And I know that sounds very, very... what's the term?
That's reason.
You gotta fill out the form, the application. You gotta.
Courtney be throwing money at niggas.
No,
like,
bro, I
sorry,
I don't know.
I'm looking for all my bad niggas out there.
Shouts to Gunner. I don't know where that came from.
Shouts to Gunner.
Hey, you gotta cut that.
I'm definitely cutting that, and I'm just using that from TikTok.
But we have to get that button. Oh my gosh!
I don't even know what I was gonna say.
Hey, Gunner has been on one for.
What was I gonna say? Oh no,
yeah, you be throwing money, bro.
No, I don't.
You're very generous.
So in 2012 when we were in college, and shortly after that time, I was generous at that time. If you were my friend, I was like, yeah, I got you, whatever. It was cool. Nowadays,
I was reversed with you then.
Bro, you cannot get $1 out of me now.
Really?
Well, yeah, I mean,
yes.
Without a description and explanation.
I don't care what your situation is. I'm not giving you money. 1,000%.
Yo, unless you Chris hit you up.
No,
bro,
my brother. I was about to say, unless you have my last name. Like if you're a family, yes, it's no question.
But Tizzle hit you up, hey, bro.
First of all, JT wouldn't hit me up.
No. Because this is the assumption that you're giving the money.
If JT hit me up,
I'm waiting.
I consider JT family.
Thank you.
So I had the same. I had the same thing. Though.
I guess. But what I'm saying
is,
that's
a cheat code. That's kind of.
That's all I wanted to hear.
That's
so
kind of
you know what's crazy too. One time, like in the not okay. Yeah.
Hey, he's got to think about all right. Let me not put this person on blast.
A couple years. So a while ago, somebody hit me and was like, "Hey, bro, can I borrow some money, whatever.
Yeah.
I sent them a link to this website that was like, bro, let me finish.
So
I sent them a link to a website where you simply apply. No, that's what happened.
and it will lend you.
Bro, it's what happened. The thing was, yo, let me have some bread. I'm gonna get you back in like 4 or 5 days, right? It's gonna be real quick. I sent the website. It was like a cash advance type thing. They give you the money the next day, and if you pay it back within 4 or 5 days, there's no interest.
How did they respond?
There was no response after that.
It was no response.
I mean, what do you say?
Bro, what do you think that they did?
I don't know, and I don't care.
Do you think they went to the next person and be like, "Oh man, this guy"?
Because ultimately, bro, it's just like I think people aren't. I think what happens is we're at this big age where you have to like if you are low on money and you got stuff, people aren't humble enough. Like I'm gonna tell you this right now, y'all might catch me on if I get famous and then like famous enough, and y'all might catch me at like Whataburger. If I'm like down bad to where I need money or like.
Oh, you're gonna work,
bro. I will
regardless.
Work 4 jobs before I sit here and ask somebody else for some
When's
money.
the last time you've asked somebody for
I've
money?
never in my life asked somebody for money.
Yeah,
not even my parents.
I can't say that, but I've only asked people when I knew, or not people, but my brother. I can count the people and know the people who I asked money from.
My mom.
My mom, my brother,
she just gave it to me.
my father.
I will.
My pops, who Mr. Robert Reed, whatever. That's who I consider pops, and then and I think that's about it,
bro. I unplugged in college. I unplugged my PS4. I drove to a cash advance. I drove to a cash. Oh no, I drove to a pawn shop, and then I sat there and I thought about it. I was like, all right, let me not do this because they finna give me from a PS4. I need the PS4.
Yeah.
I went to a cash advance spot, and then I was like, yo, can I get? I just needed some extra bread real quick. I knew I was gonna be good.
Yeah.
I just needed it, and then they hit me with like a 400% interest rate.
Oh.
So then I just hopped them off. I went back to my car, hopped on the phone. My parents probably didn't even know this. I hopped on the phone, found a little thing, and I forgot the name of the company. It was one of those things that's similar to the link I sent.
Yeah.
My homeboy like 3 years ago. I did it in a car. I had decent credit. I got the little advance
and
thing.
that's responsibility.
Bro, I would not, and it's not. It doesn't make me better than nobody. I just feel like you gotta
figure shit out.
Yeah, because it builds like from that point on. I was like, I cannot get this close to like being broke.
But for some people, it's a game. They're like, not like, I love the thrill of asking somebody and gaming them, jiving them.
People love the thrill of living day to day.
That's what I was gonna say.
Like how you ask somebody for bread, but you don't even like, but you socially are doing like everything you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Well, okay, that's the difference. Because what I was gonna say is I've been in situations like hearing that, right? Not everybody has the resources or the know-how to even acquire. Like you talking about, you hopped on the phone real quick and you knew what to search, you knew what query to put in.
I didn't know.
But you figured it out. You're like, you're a college educated person who could figure it out.
No, but this is not. See that I don't even dig on that excuse because I can't get at somebody.
Right. I've always been like that before college.
There are people.
I'm the same way.
There are people with whom they're figuring it out is employing strategies that they have from wherever their environment, their own. They didn't go to whatever they got. They're understanding their comprehension level, whatever. Part of that strategy in their mind, they're being strategic. Could be hitting you up as I don't know. He's the guy who oh shit. Hey, bro. You got some money, or you know, I can get some money. That you could be part of their strategy.
That's part of the strategy. It's a fucked up strategy.
It shouldn't be like, I mean, yeah, it's not the best one, but I mean, I know people who are from places again, who
upbringing.
That's really they're trying. That's them trying. Now you doing what you did.
But is that really trying?
Could be no, but like, okay, you coming to them.
I see where D's
going.
going.
You don't have to be like, yeah, here's some bread. You could be like, nah, let me. So for you, it's the link, or it could be, hey, let me show you how you can get some bread, or have you thought about what are you doing for a living?
See, and that's why I asked, how did that person respond? Because they probably, like if they're like, oh, thanks, bro, this actually worked, then you just taught that guy something because he probably wasn't privy to that before.
But bro, okay, I hear you.
Give grace. Like, I don't assume the worst now. I've given maybe.
You're right. I'm sorry.
I don't assume the worst.
I've given people bread.
The guy asked
when I had it when I was in college and when I finally got the good job and stuff and I was good.
Yeah.
But bro, once again,
they asked you for money again, didn't they?
That's different though.
No, but once again,
hold on.
The point I'm making is if you are over the age of 24,
I see.
24 years old.
I see. Yeah.
If you are over the age of 24 years old, and I don't like this is my point. Like,
yeah,
there is no. excuse. There's no this is my way of in my head. This is how I think.
I got you.
It's not because at that point you're a grown man. You have responsibilities. There's no way you can date a woman. There's no way you can be a respectable like man.
Pay for dinner for somebody.
Bro, you can't do anything if you don't know where your next dollar's coming from,
Yeah, that's
or
a
if you
fact.
don't know where your rent's coming from. Like your focus should be strictly. I need to get 1, 2, 3 jobs, get on my feet, then.
Because at that point it's like, how did you even get in the club with me? Like, if you've been living this lifestyle, how did you get to this level of lifestyle with me by being
Asking a bunch of niggas?
right, but by just groveling
Asking all your partners.
and asking
Well, I was
right,
groveling.
like you got the same shoes, the same outfit, the same car as me. Like,
Nah, but
like
see,
how are you
that's-
renting this?
that's
How are they
different.
giving you? How are they giving you credit? And like, where do you get the credit from to even have the things to be able to rent? And how are you able to stunt and
Bro,
be broke as fuck?
It's money out
How?
here. It's hella predatory lending. It's ways to get money.
Nah, I mean, but my thing is like you want to see you don't want to see people you love like
Struggle.
Yeah, obviously. Like if you're like I said, if you're family, if you're close to me, like I said, I consider you both family. I say all this stuff, but y'all know 1,000%. If anybody close to me ever asks for anything, I know I know you well enough to know it's coming from genuine. But I don't even honestly.
I'm not gonna ask all them questions.
I would literally give from like the genuine part of my heart, and I would tell you, bro, don't even think about paying me back. Like that's how good I feel about it. But if we're not like that,
You know,
and you're just coming at me with some like,
Well, I agree then.
you know what I'm saying?
I used to see so many of our friends, probably at this point of our lives now, associates, ask Courtney for money like it was nothing. Like,
That's a thing though?
yeah, man.
I don't know, I guess
I used to be like looking at Courtney. I'm like, bro, you gonna hook them up? You gonna bless them like that?
JT, but I didn't. First of all, I wasn't just handing out money. That wasn't me. Like there was times that because me and JT were so close, he saw the.
Okay, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like back in 2012, 2013, 2014.
That actually speaks highly of you though, bro. I mean, if you had people who were reaching out to you in their dire straits, shit, that speaks highly of you. And
They look
where
up to
they
you.
saw you.
Courtney's had
Or where you were, you know what I mean? Because I didn't have niggas ask me for money because they knew I ain't had nothing to give.
Oh, they probably just knew you were gonna say no.
And that's another
Well, that's
thing
what I'm
too.
saying. That's probably a fault of mine for not being like.
I knew that.
D's friend
I
group,
wasn't
like
giving
not
the money away.
not D's friend group, but D's like class, like they were all struggling. Like they were all like on the same level. Not struggling like just financially, but all right. Let me rephrase that. I'm sorry. I'm saying. No, they just were all like on the same level. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like they were all going through it in all different.
We were all hella generous
facets,
too.
right? Exactly.
But
and that was cool. That was humbling. Like from our point,
yeah, that's a good word.
For our listeners, D was 3 years ahead of us in college.
I graduated 07.
So when we were freshmen, he was a senior, and that was really, y'all were really cool as fuck. Y'all did a great job, like bringing in the classes behind y'all, and setting the example. And I don't know where that shit went left.
Stopped.
Yeah,
I remember coming back and campus was different.
Right. Yeah. Real quick, and I won't ponder on this for a long time at all, or stay in this. But how I was in 2020, or 2012 with money is very similar to how I am now. Like I've always been a strategic person. I'm very like I'm a very strategic person, and this is where it happened. I became a strategic person after. For those who don't know, like I have a background in dance and the performing arts, and if you know anything about the industry or just people that you know are in the industry, it's not promising, right? You can easily enter yourself, and then it's all over, or it could be all over at any given moment in time, and then it's just a really hard industry to break into, point blank. And so when I made the decision to not move to New York and pursue like my number one dream of being like on Broadway, and made the decision to go to college, that's when I knew I'm like, okay, if I'm going to make this decision and take, veer to the right, I have to have everything set to a T.
You gotta map it out.
Right. And that's how I've been ever since.
No,
and
you
so
did a good job doing that shit.
Right. And so everything that it's funny, the people who fuck with me, everything that they see right now, they were like, I remember when you talked about this.
You mapped it out and
way back in. Yeah,
you
right.
made your military experience work for you. Like,
there's only a couple of things that I didn't like anticipate. Like I didn't anticipate being a noob. I didn't anticipate, finding my wife in college, and
I don't think anybody just went. Well, I don't know. Some people, is that a thing? People go there. I'm gonna find my wife and my husband here.
I'm definitely going to bring that part up. Like I know we're going to be talking about relationships several points throughout the season and in the future in general. But that's a very interesting point about, how do you fit that into your plan, like marriage or just your significant other or others now, because everybody that's kind of like what's hot right now, right? Is polygamy. But anyways,
is it hot?
Well, I feel like it like
I just think it's a bigger light on
sporadic.
it. That shit been happening.
Yeah,
I just didn't know what to call it.
It is kind of bizarre seeing it though when people post about it, and one guy got
It's
3
normal
hoes
shit to me now.
or 3 women. I'm sorry.
I'm used to seeing it now.
We need like a whole jar. We just be saying filthy language all the time. We apologize, women. We love you. Sometimes when I say hoes though, I'm talking about guys too. We won't get into that. All right, relationships. How were you with your relationships, both intimate, friendships, colleagues, things of that nature? How was that back in 2012 versus it now?
I mean, I think it kind of tracks back to what you were just talking about, bro. I think you were very strategic, and I'm laughing because you're right. Like we talk about this shit. Even this guy was working a theater job. And we had a step show. We were a step team and the best in the land. And, and he was like strategic enough he was working his job. He was taking props from should I say that? You can't get fired. Like from the
vortex.
Whatever it's called. And it was a production as a result. But anyway, I was the opposite. I was not super strategic. I didn't have a plan. I for damn sure didn't map out finding a wife or none of that shit.
You were super talented though, man.
I that's what I had. And I had
gifted.
Will, drive. I had good work ethic, and I figured this shit out. I stumbled upon my career, people, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But relationships, I think it goes back to that. I was just blowing in the wind, bro. At that time, I actually had just gotten. Wait, no, I was in a committed relationship with, of course, Jen at that time, but I had just had a situation where I found out that the whole Angelique situation. I found out that she wasn't my daughter and whatnot, so I was like. That was a big pivotal point. And that we've talked about this before. Like people ask the question, when did you know Jen was meant to be your wife, your wife? When was she your wife? I knew at that moment, bro, because she had been down with me through the whole Chase situation. The night I find out she was down in and out of court with me through that whole lease situation. When she was like, I'm down to be a stepmom, I was like, oh shit, that's a real one. So 2012 was like, for me, I knew that for me, that was like a really pivotal time period. And I was down, my career or lack thereof sucked. My money was bad. She was down the entire time, just always there. And, they say like having a woman who helps raise you up. Like I would say that was definitely a situation with me where like I was motivated to do better and be better because she was kicking ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was a founding faculty at one of those KIPP schools. I don't remember which one. And it was like super, super dope. She was grinding. I was grinding, just trying to figure it out.
Courtney, were you in a relationship 2012?
No. 2012, no.
So how were you with your friendships then?
Friendship, I was friendly. We were in college, so I was it was what it was. Like we was just doing everything. I met people. It's a bunch of people who I actually miss. That I didn't. I wish I would have kept up with at that time because it was the best times where you just like literally are just yourself, going out having fun.
You want to shout them out?
Finding yourself.
I remember by face, but not even by name. But But it's funny because that compared to like now, I still consider myself a friendly person, but I'm really not. Like I'm even not as social as I thought I'm not as social as I thought I would be.
Oh, okay, I got
social as in you wouldn't go and approach somebody.
No. Social as well, not even talking about like friendship wise. I'm just like, yeah.
Oh, we were just talking about that.
To me, I'm just like I'm good. Like I got so many friends now. That it's like I don't want to.
But why? we were just talking about that like earlier. He and I remember I said, "Oh, I'm gonna talk about them." This is what I was talking about on the pod. Relationships now versus then. So we talking friendship, bro. It's so much harder to make friends the older you get because, I mean, outside of like networking, think about it. Your touch points are limited. Niggas in the house, we own homes, we got families. I got about to have 2
You
kids.
got so much going on. It's like
owning a business, trying to have more, trying to do investment. Like, it's so much going on.
And then you got to be in the mood too.
Yeah, like niggas ain't just trying to niggas being me ain't just trying to go out all the time, bro. Like, so the times I'm going out, how do you make sure that, you know what I mean? It's just, it's real, it's awkward as shit. Like, it's not. So yes, I agree, it is hard. I don't just be trying to walk up and talk to people either. But I mean, I'm also really friendly too, so it's weird.
I'm a very firm person now versus how I used to be. I'm not as I'm
firm.
Like, I'm just, if you're going to come into my life at this point,
okay,
well, let's skip the formalities. Let's skip the bullshit. Let's get straight to it. Like, what are you here for? What are you here for? Are you here for an actual friendship? Are you here because you need something from me? Or are you here because, like, you know, and need something doesn't even have to necessarily be tangible. It could be something like I just need courtship. I mean, or not courtship, but friendship. I need, like, I'm just moved to this place and I don't know anybody. And I met you. You're like a very, you're a big personality and you have presentable friends and I like how you carry yourself.
Is that a bad thing? I feel like everyone needs something or expects something. I expect and need things from both of you.
Well, I wouldn't be
fucking with you.
Huh?
That's like normal friendship. Like, you always.
Not necessarily now and not anymore. No.
I'm saying from the jump. Think about when you first met.
Back then in 2012, yes. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
What you're describing, though, is what I'm saying. Like, when you first meet somebody, the person could be cool. You could, like, say, oh, yeah, vibe with them, cool. But you expect something from that. Like, there's something that drew you to that person that you kind of want to get out of that person. Whether
it's just conversation or some game or.
Like, when I met JT or when JT met me, I'm sure it wasn't just like, you know, like I met a whole bunch of people from.
So, like, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I am drawn to others that I can see the passion and genuine. What's the word? Like your
context.
The person, like when I can see your authenticity, when I can see your originality, you're cool. You got to be creative. You got to be, or you got to have a component that I don't necessarily possess, and I'm looking forward to growing off of that. You know.
Yeah, I think it's reflexive. I think. Yeah, we all look for things in other people. Like I mean, but I'm gonna be honest. I don't know, man. Am I really that like? I feel like I'm coming off as like this hopeless optimist, but I promise I've trained myself because this is important. My family is inherently so negative. Maybe a lot of ours are, but I grew up with a black mama who trifling as a property down there at the street. And my mama was amazing, but you hear a lot of that, right, in black households. And so I was like,
she keep her close knit circle real tight.
Of course,
what you saying?
You know, man,
she keep her cipher.
She's a mama bear, and so like it's real easy to assume the worst in people, but I genuinely, like my natural nature now is to assume the best. Like I really try to live life where that's where I lead from. But you can't just be a dummy. Just you know what I'm saying?
Nah, yeah.
But like to that point, I think I'm always looking for what I can get out of relationships. I just never framed it that way. Because I think you should benefit from. I mean, we don't have time to waste people. You shouldn't be wasting your breath, wasting your time.
Yeah, that's what I mean by
energy. So you should be getting something out of every relationship.
That's where I was going to get to with the firmness. Like some people just be lollygagging and you know not being intentful with their time. And back then, I had a lot of time to dispose of. I mean, we all were in that college bubble, right? Yeah. And we were right smack dab in me and Courtney were smack dab in the middle. 2012 was the middle of our college. Like that was the peak of our college career. And at that time I understood the assignment for college, right? Because that was like, I had 4 years to expand my network as much as possible. And I know that's tied into the whole strategic calculated way.
You're supposed to be military logistician.
Look, I'm not a militant person, even though I went to the military, but I knew that college was a vehicle of opportunity. And I love interacting with people. I love engaging with people.
How'd you know that? Serious question.
Because like we went from Greenspoint, Texas to freaking Austin, Texas, and it was niggas in a whole new environment in an area that actually had money and development to it rather than these broke ass streets, all and seeing nothing but the people that look like us. But now we're in a new environment where we see us and all these other beautiful cultures, people from India and Asian people, even though we had Asians in Greenspoint, but we didn't have like those type of Asians. We had hood Asians. And then we and hood Hispanics, it was a whole bunch of Tommies and ghosts walking around Greenspoint.
Oh my god!
And so, but anyway, anyways, all I'm saying is that now it's like I'm still an open individual, but I'll think twice about walking up to you and introducing myself unless it's good for me and Sam, because I got a baby on the way and I got to make sure that I own a home. I have a wife now. She's my priority. Fair. And so I got to be careful with the people that I just bring freely around, because back then I just had to worry about myself.
Okay, I got a question for both of y'all. That's a great kind of pivot point. How do y'all meet new people though? Like y'all keep talking about, I'm just going up. I said too, I'm not going up and talking to people. But where are we? Like, where is this? At
outings, jobs, movies and whatnot.
Professional networking. I'm talking everybody.
So we got somebody coming to the baby shower that we met at. She was the bartender at this movie theater down the street.
Showbiz.
Yeah. Showbiz. But and she.
Y'all both know the person.
No,
yeah.
Showbiz.
Yeah. Well, oh no, D-No doesn't, but Sam does. And so, and we sparked conversation because I had some an anime shirt, and she was like, "Hey, I watched that," and sparked conversation. That's the easiest way to get my attention. Is anything on this wall, like anime, Marvel comics, movies,
things that matter to you?
Yeah. Because we see her all the time whenever we go to the movies. We're big movie buffs.
They go to the movies,
and so we see her all the time, and she, takes care of us when we're at the bar and ordering food and stuff. Yes, when old girl took her pen and she was like, "What the fuck?" Yeah,
okay, I remember.
And you know who you are when you took her pen or whatever. You gotta apologize for that. I'm not gonna call you out, but you know who you are. So write us in. But anyways, so I'm still easy to connect with and open up these new relationships. But it's a process now. It's a development, and now cultivating relationships is more important now than ever.
I ain't go front. Tizzle, for him to be so rigid now. You be knowing, you connect with the most random. Like, I'll be meeting people.
Yeah.
Like, oh, y'all met them at the gas station. I'm like, oh shit. Like, I went to this man's house to just kick it in the pool, and he had like hella friends out there and shit. He had just met, and they're like, they still stay in touch now. Mm-hmm. They really been in my house.
Yeah,
really been in my house.
They come into the shower too.
They're really awesome. But my point is, so your discernment's good or something, but you give more. I think you give yourself more opportunities than you even give yourself credit for, because
you
make hella connection. Out of all of us, I think you probably make the most social connections.
But you're not thinking about the people that I've actually cut off or didn't extend the relationship to.
No,
so these are people that you see that I allowed in.
But I'm saying you better than me. I don't allow people in. Like, I'm not saying I'm cold. Like you mentioned it before, I'm not gonna not speak to somebody at the bar or whatever it is. Like, I'm not. Mm-hmm. It's not that. I just don't. It takes a lot for you to be. You have to work your way into like my everyday where I'm hitting you up or you're hitting me up or whatever it is. So, and then you said that one of y'all said this. Yeah. We just don't have time.
Yeah, bro.
And as much as that, relationships wise, like and it sounds like selfish, and it is selfish. Like, I think we've had our time for being like, whoop the whoop. Let's go do something.
Let's go kill time. Yeah, let's go to a bar.
Whatever. But like,
just
now,
me and you.
Now you have to be real intentional with your time.
Yeah, and I think if you have a vision of doing like something, like, you don't have to be like, oh, you're doing real estate or this. Like, if you have a vision of doing something, like in my head, you got to surround yourself either with people doing that or you have to spend your time being the best you outside of your other responsibilities. So that's why I say it's tough. You know, I'm not saying you can't have time to go out, can't have time to meet new people, can't have time to kick it, can't have time to whatever. You can, but you know, I'm just not out here.
I love it, man.
I dig that. Okay, final question on this point.
Okay.
To y'all too, because this kind of stems off that conversation we had earlier, where I was saying, yo, right now, when I look at my relationship, especially. And specifically my male relation, like my homeboys, my male partners, it's like I remember going through a season where it was like, damn, I'm the only married, or like even at the time of in college, I was only doing the relationships. Then it was like, oh, I'm the only one married. Then my partners started getting girls, or they were in serious relationships. Like, okay, bet. Then my partners started getting married. Now it's like I have more married partners, but now they starting to have kids. It's like it's a new chapter. My village is growing. Mm-hmm. So I would say to that point, it was hard. It was hard, bro. Like I was the only married nigga, and all y'all was like single.
You're the only married person with kids.
Like, yeah, and y'all
with kids.
I mean, and it's like imagine going out every time. And it's the same story. Like you can't operate the same way, right?
Yeah.
So like now, it's a dope season I'm in because it's like this is the most married men I know with babies. Or babies on the way right now. I got partners who are in the same boat as me.
Yeah.
And so that's really dope. I would ask to y'all, knowing where you are, how hard it is to get friends, and I'm not wasting my time on you niggas. Are you satisfied? Like, do you ever find yourself wanting more friends or wanting more acquaintances in certain areas, be it professionally or whatever? Like, I was a time I wanted more married male friends with kids because it was dry here. You feel me?
Yeah. When I say I'm satisfied with my friend group, but
like relationships, I guess.
But I'm unsatisfied with to that exact point. I'm unsatisfied with young, like males in Houston that are doing what I'm trying to do with like the real estate stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that circle.
Yeah.
If you asked me to plug you in with somebody, I couldn't.
Hard.
I mean, we got frat brothers that do that, but like I don't have people who I kick it with who do that, and that's not like. That's something I want to get to.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, but I think
you get real excited when you when somebody comes to you talking about real estate.
Oh yeah, and the thing is, I've been like the crazy part is I haven't even been in like in the industry for so long enough to be like an expert or anything. But I thoroughly enjoyed helping somebody that's like starting off. And because I'm in that like a little bit past that starting off phase.
Oh, you know, yeah.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can at least give you something. So like but it also gets a little draining being like the big bro in the situation because you kind of want to have somebody that you can kind of like talk to.
A mentor.
Yeah. To speed you up.
That's,
you know what I mean?
Bro, that's tough. A lot of us being black men don't have mentors, bro. Mm-hmm. Especially professionally. That's something we should definitely get into because.
Oh, we will.
Yeah.
We're going to save it for later in the season.
Thankfully, I had one professionally, but it wasn't a black man. It was actually a Latina. Shout out to Claudia. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to get into mentors later on this season. Y'all, we got a lot of great surprises and special guests and just content to deliver your way this season. We're going to constantly get better, and you all should be getting better with us as well. So we encourage and promote that. Why do you think that's so funny? Oh, because I put that expectation and demand on them?
Yeah. God
damn it. That's what friends should do, though. Like, I feel like we should help boost each other, hold each other accountable.
No, you're right, actually. Right. You know what? I like that. And
a partner would hold you accountable and make sure that you are being the best version of yourself and better than where you were yesterday. So,
and our listeners are our partners. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about, y'all want to get into guilty pleasures? What was your guilty pleasure back then?
Oof.
What was yours?
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't even necessarily have time to actually think about this. Come back to me. Come back to me. Because I have quite a few. And like my guilty pleasure, I'm trying to think of something that I enjoy doing that I wouldn't tell others that I don't do anymore. Yeah, I mean, we all watch porn.
That was college, so everybody was porn.
Nigga, you still be watching that shit.
I make porn, nigga. It's a difference. Me and Jim, we make.
Where's the button at? Anyway.
How you think we got 2 kids on the way? Y'all better act crazy. What the hell?
You're not supposed to tell them that.
I ain't telling no detail, baby. I ain't telling no detail.
My guilty pleasure was, and I don't do this as often anymore, but
It's a tough one. Guilty pleasure?
well, it's not a guilty pleasure. I used to dance like all over the place, like in the grocery store and stuff or whatever. I just used to. That's not a guilty pleasure.
Nah.
That's
What year is this? 2012?
yeah.
10-year challenge? Okay, well, never mind.
When you was going around passing coupon books.
No, your guilty pleasure, but it wasn't this time. Maybe a year or so prior to this, 2 years. It was probably wearing that foxtail.
Oh yeah. The foxtail. It wasn't 2012, but shit, we're almost in that
Somewhere
ballpark,
around
right?
there.
Did that make it
Yeah.
to college, or is that just?
That was in college. That was freshman
When
year.
I met this nigga, he had a foxtail on his head.
Was that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not on my ass, bro.
No, it was bouncing on your
It was
ass.
Luther.
Oh,
I remember he used to step
Yeah.
and it'd be like bouncing on his ass. Like, damn. I kind of want to wear it. It's add to the movement.
It was good.
Pause.
Yeah.
Big pause.
you made JT
You said you wanted to wear.
Yeah, no, that was that's not really a guilty pleasure. That's probably like my that was just a very different I got a foxtail. I bought one when we were at the
yeah,
Renaissance
that's gangster.
Festival.
I kinda wanted one too, I ain't
and I
gonna front.
wore it for we had a family dinner with Sam's side of the family, and I wore it or whatever. And it blended real nice with my outfit too, because this one is black with a white tip.
Yeah, it's
Pause. Right. And this one is like more thicker and bushier and but it definitely
Yo,
flows
this is ridiculous.
and sways
No,
real
it's actually
dope.
really dope. We
Yeah.
went to the Renaissance Fair and it was random foxtails and yeah. Jewel got one.
Yeah.
She loves her pink foxtail.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I kind of wanted one, but I was like, nah, principally I could not. put
I
that
appreciate
foxtail
that,
on my
bro.
ass.
Like it was certainly mixed reactions. But some people were
I
like, "Oh,
remember.
it was a fashion statement." Some people were like, "Oh man, that dude looks majestic and mystical." And then there was other like, "Man, that nigga crazy. Look at
Yes,
that
what the
stupid ass.
hell
Like,
is
what the
going
fuck?
on?"
Whatever. He an animal." And then I had a relative say like, "Oh, that means you're a I forgot what the term is,
Furry?
but yeah, a furry. Like
I had just learned about furry, and
Like, you're
I was
interested
taking a sex
in-
ed class at that time, and I
tell
started
the people,
foxtail. And I
tell
was
the people
like,
what a furry means."
I don't want to get it wrong because that's like a real. Like
I can't remember
a
if
whole
it's if
kinda
it's you're into
thing
doing
it's not even
things.
it's not even necessarily like a kink thing. It's just like it's a community, a collective of folks who like to adopt like these personalities, so to speak, these personas, and they're rooted in like animal, like you could be a fox. I'm a furry. I'm a fox.
You're a lion, right?
I'm a fox. I'm of course a lion. I'm a lion named D-No. And I wear like a lion suit, or I have like a
man.
lion head,
Yeah.
with like lion paws. And it's like I go to conventions and I go to other meetups with the furries, and I'm D-No the lion, nigga. I'm not Darian. Don't call me that. I'm D-No out here.
It's
It's
like,
like
an animalistic personality.
And there is a sexual kind of kink fetish side to that, and they like doing shit, but they don't like to be associated, as far as my understanding, with that and only that. But
Yeah.
it's a very interesting thing. Look into it. But I thought you was a fox furry. I ain't gonna lie. And I was like, oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I was just learning about that shit, and boom, a nigga pops up at step practice with foxtail bouncing around.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
It made me do everything better. Like glide
You
across
gotta
the floor
have big
and
balls, bro.
and step.
Like to walk around with a foxtail.
I will say one thing that absolutely.
You can't give a fuck.
Yeah. I didn't.
Because
And-
like think
and
about maybe if you had like fox ears, like
that's actually, I didn't even think about that.
it's that level of like damn.
And back then, I used to say that it was attached to like my tribe and stuff, whatever. Because like I'm part Choctaw, but I definitely had the animal fucked up because I thought it was a fox, and our animal is definitely a fucking turtle. Here's why I got sheltered.
We show up with a shell backpack the next week. Nah, this is.
I
Actually
might just do that. Right,
I saw a gangster backpack in Spencer's actually.
Courtney.
Guilty pleasures.
You like watching pimples getting pop or something?
pleasure in 2012
2012.
or now?
I don't know.
Then versus now.
2012.
10-year challenge.
You used to like leading people on. Yes, that's actually what it used to be.
Oh, no.
He used to have
Yeah, he called you out,
used to
man.
have this thing of prank calling people. He used to prank. He got my ass too one day.
I got JT bad.
Oh, he got me so bad, and I was
I did too.
I was so scared. I thought that I fucked up and didn't pay rent, and he was like, "Mr. Thomas."
And you know where this came from? This is literally just me being. I was just like, man, I'm bored. And I passed by JT's apartment, and I was like, I'm about to call his ass. And that's when I had a Google Voice number or some shit. I don't know what I had.
Yeah.
But I called, changed my voice, and I was like,
You motherfucker.
basically, I was just like, we noticed that you, because he had lunchbox.
Oh.
And I was like, we noticed, sir, we've noticed that you have an animal.
No.
So you've broken the lease violation. It's a lease violation of $300 for having an animal. Plus, you never gave us a deposit for it. Like, it was just so perfectly aligned.
Bro.
Terrible, bro.
And if you know me, bro, I don't live by the rules or whatever. I definitely was breaking the rules, but man, that fucked me up. I was scared, and I
That's a good one. That's a good one.
and he caught me in a vulnerable moment. I was like,
That's a good one.
well, I'll come down to the office right now.
Yeah.
And then I heard him do the and then I was like, Courtney, oh, you motherfucker. No, I was so.
That's a really, and that's nothing to play with, because I got had hella pink eviction notices on the front of my door from lack of paying rent or being late, just late as shit on my rent. Yo, that's scary.
Yeah.
That's messed up. You know what? That's funny.
That was probably the best one you
I
got
used to
me.
do prank phone calls too, actually. I didn't know that was, but that was like an actual thing though. Like me and my uncle used to, I have them recorded. Like we're playing Throwback Thursday some shit. It was, bro, it's so bad. Like they're hilarious.
Bro.
They're hilarious. This is before it was a thing. Before crank came.
Talk about. Do you remember when you ran that girl over?
Oh, I ran 2 girls over, bro.
Okay.
I don't know why this just came to my head.
It was the night. So for our listeners, I own this company called I Got Soul, which is a lifestyle brand now. It used to be a dance company, and the reason why I bring this up is this was the second video premiere of the concept video. Suit and Tie had just came out for Justin Timberlake. And man, we put this big ass production together. It was like over 20 people involved and whatnot, and I was really excited for it. The video came out.
How did you run over?
Or no, look. So this is how it happened. And I was driving in my Jeep Cherokee, pulling into Jester, into the dormer.
When you pull in from what's that main?
The back.
Are you talking about where it had that,
the
like,
back
your
row.
ramp up?
Yes, the ramp up.
Yes,
going up,
Yeah,
right?
that was
and you
off
come
of,
to that stop sign,
21st?
and then it's that big curve that you got to go,
I know you're
and
talking
then you
about.
turn into the garage.
Yeah.
So the video, the producer had just finished the video, and he was like, "Hey, video's up," and so he sent it to me. Clicked the YouTube link, and I started looking at it and not paying attention. And I was at that stop sign or whatever. It was a hella long line, right? And so I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna be here for a minute. But the line just kept moving. But I was so captivated by the video and looking for all, like, you know, where he messed up and stuff, whatever. Got to the stop sign, and then it was my turn, and I was still looking at the video, doing the smooth like California roll glide, right? And then I just hear, and then I see fucking Chick-fil-A fries going up in the air, and these 2 Hispanic girls like roll down, and and then there's like witnesses. They're like people like, oh, and I was like,
people like hanging out. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
of course,
Like,
of course.
oh my gosh, this
How do you get
hands
out of
down
this?
the
How do
scary.
you get out of this?
I got out the car, and I was in a suit and stuff.
That helps.
And everything, right?
That actually helps.
So I get out. I was coming from a Kappa meeting.
Pro tip: wear suits.
And that barely helped, right? So I got out, and one of the girls is like literally like rolled down, and I think like probably hit her head. The other one was like,
It's not funny, but damn,
you can see her registering like, oh, but like, she's like, oh, my back.
Please don't do an accent.
Right.
Please don't do it.
Oh, my back and stuff, whatever. And then she's like looking at her homegirl like, play along.
Yeah, like
Oh no,
Right.
bro!
Fucking French fries and burger all over the freaking floor, the ground. It looked like a crime scene, but these girls were okay. Like I was only going like 5 miles per hour.
yeah, no, for that. They did what any other.
They milked that.
Smart person would do.
And they got like they got a buck off of from my insurance, USAA at the time.
You pay tuition,
Huh?
You basically.
I didn't pay a dime. My insurance covered me, but yes. Oh,
But your
absolutely.
premium went through the roof. I'm sure.
Yes.
You running motherfuckers over and you're already in
they
college?
went and got X-rays, all that shit, dog.
But they didn't have a. What was it called? The walk? The
Yeah. So they were in the wrong. That's the only reason why I didn't have to pay a dime because they were in the
there
crosswalk.
was no crosswalk.
Right.
But technically, they were going across the street, and
pedestrians have the right way, and he ran them over.
They were in the middle of the fucking road. So I was confused. I was like, "How in the fuck did I hit you?"
Yeah.
But I didn't see them, and I also was looking at my phone. And then the ambulance came out. They were like, "Sir, were you on the phone?" And then the police had came. At first, it was bicycle police, and they were like, "Oh man, we gotta call this in." And I was like, "No, y'all don't. No, don't. They're fine. They're okay. They said they're okay. They're good." Ambulance came, whatever. And me and Stan was still dating at the time, and she was coming down. I was coming to pick her up from fucking Jester to take her back to my place, bro. And she came down and she had her backpack and everything, just looking, just sitting at me, right?
Running people over.
Bro.
I was just talking with Barb about that. He's like, bro, kids are like, these young men are living life like GTA. Like shooting 15-year-olds, robbing cars. JT, you were living that way back in 2012, running people.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that was a scary moment, man.
I don't know where that came from. I don't
know how we got there from guilty pleasures. JT like running people over. That's when his murderous guilty pleasures.
Well, y'all want to? Did you talk about your guilty pleasure? Besides the fact that you love to fuck.
I mean, that's not even like
sex habit. What?
Nah, bro. Just call me a sex addict. I'm not a sex addict. I have a healthy. I'm not even getting into all that.
D-No likes to fuck.
No, I love my wife a lot. She's beautiful. She's amazing, and I like to express my love physically.
Did you get pleasure out of drawing goofy versions of people?
Do I get pleasure out of drawing goofy?
No, did you is that when I'm trying to get to a guilty pleasure? If you don't have one, then fine. We can end the segment.
Guilty pleasure? I mean, I would say the only quote unquote guilty pleasure I can think of right now was the fact that I was making cream off of like for instance, my hustle then was making party flyers. It's not really a guilty thing, but I enjoyed making flyers that were for events I knew were going to be raunchy. Those were the funnest ones. But I did have like morals though, and I refused to put like naked chicks or like chicks in thongs on my flyers. You just like to put
but I made Melissa Ford and
I made a pajama
video
party
vixen
flyer, and it was
on the flyer.
Like that was a guilty pleasure.
It enhanced the flyer for sure. It absolutely enhanced the flyer.
I guess it was a guilty pleasure because I knew I was getting in places free.
Yes.
And if you tie that back to like right now, and then versus now, a guilty pleasure is I'm doing the same thing. I guess.
I don't even think they throw parties anymore, like actual venues. I think it's just all apartment and house parties.
No. This is what I mean by a guilty pleasure from a professional perspective, because I am now in a position where I am making money off of situations that are morally questionable. This is the first time I've been forced for like a professional morality type of situation where one of my clients is a Republican candidate in Texas running for a political position.
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
And a guilty pleasure, I mean, it's money. His money's green. His money flows. I'm doing great work for him. But in making him succeed, I'm like working against people with whom I've allied myself in the Democratic Party.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, you're using your gift to enhance his campaign to beat out Democrats.
That's a fact.
That you align
really
with.
Weird. But I mean,
that's like,
that's conflicting, bro.
No, I'll be honest, like
that's real conflicting, bro.
If it were like, and I mean, like we have a great strategy. We're probably gonna win.
He's gonna win.
We're gonna win. No, I'm very confident this nigga's gonna win.
You feel like that you'll become
he's not a nigga.
More.
I do think it's gonna be more money. I've already had the question asked of me.
Is he influential?
Have I worked campaigns before? His policy person works with bigger Republicans, and I will say that they. I'm sure at some point we'll probably want to pass like my name along or something, but I'll talk to him about it. Like it's this weird thing right now because I don't want to grow my market share in that vertical.
Money's money, bro. I mean, if you don't do it, somebody else will. So
that's a fact. That's a fact.
You know, not all money is good money, so you got to just make the decision, I guess.
That's a fact.
I would do it.
That's kind of like the guilty pleasure. That's the only way I can tie that. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing it right as we speak.
All right, what we're looking at for time? Y'all want to get into the last two? We got. We'll talk about careers and stressors.
Yeah, I was already kind of pivoted into careers. Hell.
Yeah. I mean, well, we kind of like been, kind of. I guess we can touch on it.
Threading
so,
the needle.
Yeah. So career wise, like, so back then, what were you? What was your mentality? Like what did you think your career was going to be? What was the plan back then in 2012 as far as your career versus like where you're at now?
See, the way you even asked that question, you had a plan, my G. I didn't even have a plan like that. I was trying to leverage my talents to make a career out of that, and that's how I found graphic design.
Yeah,
But I mean, like then versus now, then it was survival, bro. That's the difference.
Yes,
we've talked about that before. Like survival, like Trap said this best. Wall Street Trapper, if you never heard of him. It was like, a lot of our people function on survival. So we're always worried about, how to pay that bill, how to make bread, how to make ends meet. But we never get to the point where we're playing defense that we never really get to play offense. And we don't get to like make investments to make our money grow, that kind of thing. So I would say then versus now, I was definitely reactionary versus proactive. I was surviving back then. Whereas now I'm definitely, bro, like in a situation where I'm making more strategic moves. My money's moving for itself. The fact that I was able to quit my job to start a business that now affords me the flexibility to do what I want to do professionally, and I'm good. Like this is the best we've ever been. I mean, I'd say that was the shift. Was probably that difference in mentality.
Reaction versus preventative and planning
ahead. Yeah, being more strategic overall.
What about you, Courtney?
Career. Yeah, I mean, shit. 2012. Well, I wanted to be a sports agent, like bad.
I forgot about that. You did.
Yeah, I wanted to like that was my.
I can see that actually.
I 1,000% like knew, and I even thought of it like this. I don't even want to go to law school route. I want to go the business route, get in there, boom, boom. I had it all planned out. And then I graduated in business. And then I don't know, I just kind of...
Because you
got addicted to business.
Well, I got addicted to like... I got addicted to... So I got a job working with the Spurs when I was like, okay, I love basketball. Yeah. I'm not passing this up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to take it. And then I started getting addicted to, as bad as it sounds, just like making more money. Like literally,
sales. Huh?
I'm in sales, so like it's one of them things where if you're good at what you do, you just keep going, and then if you go into the industries, like you go into tech, you go into medical sales, you go into whatever, like you just start making more money.
Yeah.
And then I think now, to D's point, somewhat, I think I found this sweet spot where it's like, you're in a position where you make money. How can you like get into a position where you're doing what you like, making good money, but also using that money to now be like proactive outside of just your 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? Like facts. To where now your goal isn't just to like the next job. Your goal is how do you leverage that job to make yourself good, like build wealth.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at now.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Way different than 2012. 2012, I was just, we was on 6th Street spending like my whole check. We was tripping 2012.
Yeah.
Was crazy.
Yeah.
Retrotism.
Career wise,
you had a plan since you pretty much was in middle school.
Yeah, I don't have anything extravagant or to differentiate from what you two said. Like I knew I was gonna get into the military because I had joined ROTC particular year, and so the only thing I just didn't know it was how long I was going to be in the military. I knew it was going to be anywhere from that 6-year mark to that 10-year mark. I knew I was going to make a career out of it. It just was to help get me some credibility attached to my name, because I've got an array of different skills, but it's all like in the performing arts. Like I know how to direct, I know how to coordinate and do things. I think that was probably like one of my biggest, like, not regrets, but I think I just wanted to see how life would have been if I would have expounded on those gifts and try to monetize those at the time when I was at my peak, right? And I guess you can say that now, right? Because now you see the Potnas podcast, and
hindsight is 2020,
right? Yeah, but yeah, career wise, like I made it happen, but it was just more so trying to define at what point was I going to decide to get out and make the transition, because I just needed to get money, I needed to get a skill, and I needed to get my education free or as cheap as possible, and accomplish all those things. And I wanted to travel, but I traveled, but I went to all shitty places. Yeah, I went to fucking New Jersey, Mississippi, whatever.
Not too much on the
El Paso.
Yeah,
Not too much.
El Paso. Yeah, I got deployed out there for fucking 6 months, bro.
about El Paso.
Yeah, had to postpone the wedding and everything.
Oh shit!
And then they sent me to my black ass to Kuwait, and I'm like, God damn, bro, like what the fuck? And that was after I put in separation.
You were trying to. What you trying to get?
I was trying to get out, and then as soon as I separated, that like no. Yeah, they were like, no. They were like, you gonna get out, but you gotta survive that shit first.
Right.
Or whatever.
Damn,
So
I forgot about that.
yeah, man. And then but yeah, Japan, I was trying to get to Tokyo. I still have to this day have not been to Tokyo. My sister and my brother have been before. That's the place I've always wanted to go. That's like my dream destination to see and experience, right? Oh, I'm gonna make it happen for sure.
Don't Epcot got a Tokyo Land or something?
Tokyo Land. You talking about me? Whatever.
Epcot.
What? Tokyo Land. Epcot is Disney. Disney
live
World.
at Disney.
Oh, okay.
That's
It's one of the
their second
worlds
home.
that,
they got a condo.
I
there.
don't know shit.
But yeah, man. And that was like my number one spot, and I felt like I did a lot, but it needs of the Air Force, right? They sent my ass to New Jersey, which it still kind of played out in my favor because I was like, well, at least I'm next to New York and Philly, right? The tri-state area. But New Jersey was horrible, man. That's not a good state to go and visit. Oh my gosh, it is so shitty, man. And then the base in New Jersey was in the middle of nowhere. It was fucking 40 minutes to get to a Walmart. 40 Walmarts, and then they're not the smartest people.
Closest thing was
they're the smartest education
Wawa.
system. I think
Wawa, yeah.
Wawa was
Yeah.
clutch.
Stop and Shops.
Nigga.
right, huh? Stop and shop.
Did you have that?
Ridiculous.
Nah, we didn't have that. We
He was in the middle of nowhere.
I saw Albertsons out there. I was like, oh shit, yeah. I hadn't seen one of those in a minute.
Nah, I thought I was
But,
running a business along with Green Tom Thumb.
But yeah, man, like, yeah, not too much a drastic difference between 2012 versus now. But I didn't know what I was going to do after the military. So, yeah, so that was that. And that was a very scary moment for me, but I kept my composure. I had a lot of eyes on me. They were like, oh man, he really is getting out. And in the military, that's such a small community. Everybody's like, you're making the transition. You're going to like the outside world. And it's like, yeah, I'm going back to life. And they're like, well, what are you going to do? What happens if it doesn't work? I'm like, I'll figure it out. I always do. I've gotten to this point around all y'all.
Big facts.
So anyways, last thing, stressors. What were your stressors back then?
I know I talked about them, man.
And then you got to talk about the stressors that you have now. Like, I know that's different. What was stressing you out back then? Clearly, it was like probably like the money, probably getting the girl pregnant.
It was you said it was unfortunately, it was the money, it was the professional, like, because you got to remember 2012, like I think it's the same year. I think that's when I got the job, or maybe I got that job 2013. I don't remember, but money was like terrible, of course, but also there was like the prospect of like, what am I going to do? Like, I knew what I wanted to do with my career, but I could not break into this industry.
Yeah,
I didn't have my portfolio. A lot of it was like, I mean, I did have a decent portfolio actually, but like, you know, people want experience, man. You know, and I didn't have a degree in it, so like, you need the degree or the experience. I had neither, so it was hard breaking into the industry. But like, stressors then, I mean, we're laughing about them now because you know,
I gotta put food on my fucking table for my family, whatever.
Yeah, not really.
As I wear this dead president shirt.
That's what it was back then.
You remember that line?
Of course, and that's why they were.
You ain't even got money to put food on your fucking table.
That's why they were doing what they were doing, and old boy was in his all in his wife crib. But
come on, nigga, I need you to suck this pistol. Yeah. Come on, open your mouth and suck it. Suck it, nigga.
Okay, if you haven't seen it, go check out this.
Clifton Powell, man, and Lorenz Tate.
This was not crazy. It is a really great.
Shoot me, motherfucker. Kill me.
But no, stressors now, I mean, they're vastly different. I don't stress about, thankfully, I don't stress about, you know, if I'm gonna have enough money to make my mortgage payment. I would not even almost fathom. I can't even imagine thankfully being in that situation right now.
Yeah.
But like, my biggest stressors, I try not to be stressed, actually. I don't like that word because I actively work to not stress, but there are things that maybe concern me. And it's oftentimes around work, my kid. It's the domestic shit. But usually nowadays it's work that stresses or that brings me distress. Is owning a business. Like, I have to make that shit work. You know what I mean? So it's a different type of pressure. That's a good word, pressure. I feel more pressure than stress.
Pressures.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
pressures now versus then.
Pressure either gonna burst pipes or make some diamonds.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Courtney?
What you, Courtney?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Then was just like girls, school,
Bullshit.
Yeah. Now, what stresses me out?
Kendra?
Yeah,
Kendra go mollywop your butt.
Courtney, you can't be eating pizza every fucking day. Courtney, you can't order Wingstop every day. Courtney, you can't be eating this candy.
I don't know.
She keep you on a tightrope.
I appreciate Kendra to death for doing that because I probably would be.
It'd be bad.
Y'all would be talking about how fat I am if I didn't have that.
No,
personal
probably.
You have a great metabolism. You have great genes.
Yeah, I mean, you know, but I guess.
Do you work out consistently?
No,
How often do you work out?
Good question.
I don't. I'm sorry. No, I do. I go to the
How
gym.
often?
No, I don't. I'll be honest.
What do you do at the gym?
I do.
You just play basketball, huh?
Well, first of all,
That's a full body
basketball
workout.
Is a great cardio workout.
It is.
Better than any kind of run you can do. But I work out all the time. But that's not my point. My stressors now are really honestly
Contractors.
Yeah, like
Yes.
you know what? Okay, you know what really stresses me out is I'm not a naturally like I'm okay. This is what I figured about. This is how I know how I would be probably as a parent too. But what stresses me out literally more than anything. I can go through the worst of worst at work. I can go through the worst of worst at whatever. But if I have to go and like fire or like get on somebody,
So confident, like kind of.
bro, I think about that. Like on the way, if I'm driving, I'm like, yeah, I gotta go.
How's this gonna go?
I'm about to fire this contractor, but I ain't trying to put him out. So like, I ain't trying to like when I say put him out, like
Yeah. Take him away from his bag.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm like, nah. Like maybe I can give him another job. Maybe if I can maybe I can give him another chance.
See, that's where I'm different. I'm like, fuck it. That's time.
Bro, that stresses
You gotta-
me.
But like, why are
Really?
you having to have that conversation? Because he's fucked up in some capacity.
yeah, because I've given him too many chances.
Okay. Yeah. See now.
Like that's
you erode my kid.
Yeah.
But no, that is tough though. So, do you have a hard time having critical or difficult conversations?
no, so to an extent, like I'm confident enough to know like it's a line when you have like for you in your business, right?
Yeah.
You got a job big going on. You got all these people. You say JT, what I need you to do, boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
because I got this thing going.
Yeah.
We start messing it up. I'm pretty sure you'll be real quick to be like, you know, bro, I got it.
Without an issue.
Right.
Well,
Well, I mean-
or I'm gonna give it to someone else.
You give it to somebody else.
I'm
You
gonna
gotta
take
do
it
what you
from you in
gotta
a
do.
heartbeat without
But-
worried about it.
But when it's like if you got that same thing and you got somebody who's young and talented and you just take a chance on somebody like, yo, bro, I want to give you this chance.
that's happening. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I think this is really like
And they drop the ball.
yeah,
and
but
fuck
you
up
but
the
you
bag.
don't but you see you like I don't want this to be the end because I feel like if I take you out of this picture,
Yeah.
like I don't know where you go. Like I don't.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like, does that make sense? So I'm
Yeah.
like, I think I just like dug too deep and like embracing people, trying to build a team up. Because what I really want to do is build a team, and I want to keep it. And I hate like losing good
You want
people.
to grow people.
But people don't get it. I'm like, yo, like all you have to do.
People suck.
And I know JT has to feel this because as a person that's like timely and like this has to be done.
Yeah.
And for my shoes, it's like, bro, all I'm giving you. I literally can write this down for you. It's all you have to do. We can make so much money together. We can be good. So that stresses me out because I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? Now I gotta figure out another person I can trust in X, Y, and Z. So
Well said. Well said. That like I think
I wouldn't do
it's
that.
the exact same for me. Back then, it was girls. I was just trying to make sure that I didn't get somebody pregnant, and I would even think that I would probably get somebody pregnant. It of course this was before Sam, so and even wearing a condom, I'd be like, oh my gosh, like please don't have like a seep of or just a hole that.
Bro, I had so
Where-
many scares in college, kid.
An ounce of sperm would get out of this thing because that's the last thing that I just needed. But see, back then it was scary to get a girl pregnant. Now it's like, hey, I got a baby,
Well, you're
baby
married.
mama on
Yeah.
it.
No, but like, you look forward to it now. It's not even like, hey, whatever. Like,
No, but these people, I mean, like they're normalizing having babies
you said
before
other
even,
people.
I see what you're
right?
saying.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and so like
but now
that was
still hella people who's like spazzing out when they get pregnant. Too.
that was just the biggest stressor, and then I just wanted to make sure that I know it's ironic to say, but going out on 6th Street sometimes when we didn't take a freaking bus or Uber and Lyft weren't really like popping back then. Yeah, man. Like I don't know why. Really right. And
Uber
every time we rode the E-bus from Riverside, that was always the best time. I was like, why don't we do this more often? But I think it was because we all wanted to roll as a posse together and get there.
Around way too much. And after 2 a.m. you had to hit that bus.
You had to hit that bus. Yeah. Like the last one.
And that's the funnest part. Like
right, you going and socializing with everybody after everything got out. But that shit used to stress me out, right? Because I don't like not having control. So
I can see that.
Yeah, man. And so that used to stress me out. I used to always like just be worried about really just more about other people, that because I was like, man, if something happened, I feel like that I'm responsible. If I'm attached, if I saw that person and I'm like, I could have like prevented that, and it happens, man, like that would be scary.
Mind you, JT is the biggest lightweight.
Yes, I can admit now, like I used to fight it all the time, like no, whatever, man. Once my head go down, bro,
new booty.
No, I mean pause, but like when my head falls down, bro, like man, bro. I'm out. Because like I'm not a night person. Like it's so hard for me to stay up past like midnight.
Everything is balanced, is yin and yang. Everything requires equilibrium. So you
that with alcohol, bro,
you out,
it's over.
You a baby.
And then niggas were trying to get me to smoke some weed. And I'm like, what? So you want me to drink, stay up this late, and be entertaining, and smoke?
You're doing that math. See, there's people like me back in them days who wasn't doing all that calculus. I'm just like, yeah, shit, whatever.
And you're thinner than me, and you would be drinking,
surviving,
like wide awake, bro, pints more. And yeah, man. And so I used to fight all the time and try to hang with the big boys, and hell no,
that was
man.
the least of my stresses.
Now I have no problem like giving it to somebody else and be like, hey, man, like, yeah, you got it.
That's
cool.
Funny. That's like a reverse for me, because then I could drink, smoke, all that all night long. Now that's a stressor, bro. I can't do it.
Alcohol stresses me out, bro.
I can't hang, kid.
Back then, it's always stressed me out. It's always has bugged me out. It being the life of the party is just me, like without alcohol, right? But man, we used to take shots like it was nothing, and that shit was always hurting my esophagus and my throat and my body, and it just was never good. Like Sundays used to be the worst days, and it was supposed to be the day of revival.
Cheap liquor though,
right? Y'all were taking shots of Taka, bro. Taka, Everclear. Of course, it's burning your esophagus,
bro.
If you were drinking good, the shit we're drinking now,
oh my gosh,
can't believe we like, bro.
If you drink what we're drinking now, then
Sky vodka.
It would,
Jaeger. What's the worst alcohol? Jaeger.
Please don't even mention that. My mouth
fucking licorice, liquid licorice.
Hey, here's a public service announcement.
Stop serving that. Stop
we can end on
selling that.
Anyone who buys me Jaeger or Goldschlager, I'm socking you, G. That's not P. That is not pushing P. That's not cool.
Yeah.
That's the worst tasting. Literally, bro, my worst night ever on 6th Street was Four Horsemen.
Ooh.
Drinking, which is Jaeger. I don't know what is that. What's a Four Horsemen?
I don't know. It's
for the listeners. I don't remember what that.
I don't remember what
it was like all the liquors plus Jaeger.
It had Jaeger in it, and it was the most
disgusting,
horrible thing. Just listen to the name.
Stressors now, though, like it ties into what Courtney was saying. Is people stress me out now. Like if I have to depend on you and you're not a dependable person, then you're just gonna slow my whole fucking process. I'm not gonna do a deep dive to it, but I was just like everything that Courtney said, I was like right on. So, but yeah, great topic, great way to kick off the year and our season, right?
You say looking back, that's how you know your path forward.
Yeah. So let's get into our toast segment. All right. So for those who are just tuning in to the Potnas podcast, and this is your first time, your first episode you listen to, we have a segment called the toast, and we grab our nearest beverage and pour some liquid courage in it.
Looks like we are toasted.
We are toasted. Well, I have some left. I can pour some.
Nah, bro, COVID.
Okay, all right, cool. Got an image to protect. Well, then, anyways, what we do, So it's pretty straightforward. We get a shot of something, and we make a toast towards whatever is relevant to the episode and relevant to what we're talking about. And and give a shout out of people, shout out to our goals, shout out to anything.
What we toasting
to? What we're toasting to today, I'll let you lead this, D-No.
Oh shoot, okay, I'll take it. Yeah, I'm talking about. Today, we spent a lot of time talking about like reflecting on then versus now, running people over and being irresponsible. I would say let's toast to the year ahead. It's the beginning of a new year. Dang. We're in the middle of January already, which is crazy. I'm genuinely excited about this new year. Like on the business front, the domestic front, I'll have a new little one. He will too. I say this toast is definitely to this year, to success, to prosperity, and to new endeavors.
For sure. Well, before we toast it out or whatever, y'all got any goals for 2022?
Oh man, I haven't had time to like. I like to take my time with my goals. Okay. So I have some.
Yeah.
But I haven't. Me and Jen do like joint goals, and I have my own goals.
I just want Keiko to get here successfully with all limbs and just healthy breathing. Baby. Yeah. And then and just time, man. I just want time. Like that's a big goal of mine. I want to be able to prioritize the things that really matter to me and not my job. And not like the things that I can set on the side. Because I'm thinking about all that time that I've been working since October. And I'm like, I'm not going to get any of that time back. And I've canceled trips and plans and things with people. Of course, like because on the safety tip too. But yeah, at the same time, like I have a really salty grudge against COVID. And I don't hold grudges at all. But when you take my time away from me, then... yeah, it's personal. So that's what one of the things that I'm going to for sure prioritize this year is time, my baby girl, Sam, and family and y'all. Hey. For sure. Oh, and then partners, prosperity too.
Of course.
Courtney?
You said it.
Yeah. All right. Well, to our listeners, get your beverages up, get your coffee. If you're listening to this in the morning, shout out to y'all. Prosperity and peace and a great 2022 year. Cheers.
Tap.
All right. That is all we have for episode 22.
Tuning into the sounds of the Potnas
Follow us on all social media platforms, starting with Courtney.
I am at Courtney J. Coleman on Instagram, and I think I'm at...
Why do you have two social media names?
Do you really?
Am I the same on Twitter and Instagram?
I don't know.
You should be from a brand perspective.
I don't really get on Twitter like that. Okay. Yeah. All right, D-No.
Man, you can find me D-No at the dictionary THE_DIXONARY.
I am at JT Got Soul. That is JT Got SOLE. Follow us at Potnas Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.
All that.
Visit our website at www.potnaspodcast.com to listen to all our content. You can broadcast the podcast or stream the podcast on all
streaming platforms.
Streaming platforms,
podcasts, right? I'm including Spotify and Apple Music.
Let us know what you want to hear. Contact us at contact@potnaspodcast.com and let us know what you want to hear on the next episode. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.
Podcast, bitch. Potnas Podcast. It's the Potnas Podcast, you bitch.